Hey guys, it's Miss Brandy back again. I wanted to take a couple of minutes today and talk to you guys about the steps for accurate coding. They talk about this in chapter 4 on page 74. Um, and it's very, very important because these are the steps you take to do the coding. This is your starting point, okay? And I'm going to walk you through it 1 through 8 really quickly, and then of course we'll go into more detail at our weekly Zoom meeting, okay? So your first step is going to be to identify the main terms or keywords. And you guys have heard me talk about this a lot. What are some of the keywords like poisoning, assault, cancer, anything that you can use to figure out your diagnosis, basically. Okay. Number 2, locate the main term in the alphabetic index. All right, so we look at our scenario and we figure out our main term. We pick out a word, and then we go into our ICD-10 manual and get in that alphabetic index and find it in there, right? Number 3, review the subterms under the main terms in the index. All right, and you guys know from our last lecture that when you're looking in the alphabetic index that it indents down into subterms, right? And that's what they're talking about there, is read under your main term at your subterms and figure out which one fits what you're working on, okay? The next one is a follow and cross-reference instructions such as C. Just like when we looked up the word encounter, and for screening, it said C screening. That's exactly what they're talking about here. Follow any instructions that you're finding after that term, okay? Step number 5, you're going to verify the code you selected from that alphabetic index in the tabular, in the chapter for that section of codes, right? That our alphabetic index is going to tell us where to go. It's going to give us our code, and then we're going to go to the coordinating chapter and look at the code from there and verify. We always verify, right? Verify, verify, verify. All right, so then after that, after we have found it in our tabular, we're going to refer to any instructional notations in the tabular. And basically what that is anything that's listed along with that code, maybe underneath it, any of the symbols that are surrounding it. We need to know what all of those things are in reference to that code to make sure that we're coding it correctly. All right. We're going to assign codes to the highest level of specificity. And you guys have heard me talk about that. It's when we have a code and then it indents down and it gives us a couple of options that could fit under that code, right? Under that term, under the main term, whether it's with something or without something, left or right, things like that. We need to know, we need to be as specific as possible with our codes. And our last one is to code the diagnosis until all elements are completely identified. And that is basically, you're gonna do all the obvious coding, right, for your diseases or illnesses or encounter, whatever that might be. And then you're going to add those additional codes that it may be a Z code if you need to do history of something, okay, or anything like that. Anything like that, any of those extra codes that need to be put in there. Okay, that's what they're talking about when they say cover all elements. We're going to code all the information that we have. Right. So I hope that this helped maybe give you guys a starting point and then just a real simple, quick walkthrough of the decoding process breakdown. And of course, like I said, we'll get more in depth with this in our weekly meeting on Thursday, this coming Thursday. All right. So I hope you guys have a great weekend and I'll talk to you next time. Bye bye.